Well, I mean, that's the question, Rich, isn't it? I mean, has he climbed Everest in his own head now and a Grand Slam winner? And will the motivation remain the same? Or is he going to come and knock some of those guys off the perch who are ahead of him, European players? I know that certainly Nick will be in his sights at 6 majors and try to get to 7. I personally think he'll keep going. I do think he'll get to 7+. But, you know, history shows us, you know, people like Jack Nicklaus won 6 times from Rory's age onwards, and Phil Mickelson won 5 times. But then on the other side, you've got Arnold Palmer, didn't win any. Tom Watson didn't win any from the age of 35 onwards. And Tiger only won 1. So who's to know? Who's to know what's inside that heart of Rory's? I personally think he'll go forward. I think his game is equipped to go forward. As you get towards 40, you lose a little bit of distance. You know, and maybe 5% or so of his yardage will come off, you know, with old Father Time catching up. But he's got so much in reserve in that regard, Rich. So I don't think that's going to affect his game. He's still going to be one of the biggest hitters in the game. So he's got a game that's got longevity in it. And if the motivation remains the same, there's no reason why, you know, he can't keep driving forward and be the winning most European player ever. And certainly overtaking Nick, I would think, in a modern era, Faldo with 6 is probably somewhat of an immediate goal.
And Brandon, he could certainly, and may well be already, the greatest European ever. But why not become one of the greatest players, European, American, wherever you are, of all time? And I'm curious if you think he has that in him or has that opportunity.
I do. First of all, I think he's got the kind of swing in the game that will endure. You know, it's a long, sort of oily, beautiful motion. I mean, it's very lyrical, like Sam Snead. He's got plenty of power to spare, so when he does lose some, and he's been picking it up as he's gone along. He hasn't been losing it from 28. I mean, you know, typically 28, 29, 30, that's about as fast as you're going to swing, but he's been picking up speed year after year after year, which is, I think, a testament to the training that he's doing. And there's great examples of athletes with almost mind-blowing longevity in the case of Tom Brady, in the case of Roger Federer, Nadal as well. So I think he's got that in mind. But I also do think that he's a student of history, and he well knows what it means to get over 7, 8, 9 major championships. So you get up there and you start being talked about in the same way that Tom Watson is talked about, the same way that Arnold Palmer is talked about. To not be just the best European of all time, but to be one of the greatest players of all time. You know, that's rarefied air to get in the top 10 players of all time. People will say that Phil Mickelson's in there. I personally wouldn't put him in there. To me, he's, you know, around 15th in the world. I mean, that is rarefied air.
Well, by the way, why do you say that?
In the top 10 in the world.
People would want to know.
Well, who are you going to kick out? I mean, are you going to kick out people that have won 7, 8, 9 major championships? Are you going to, you know, I mean, and by the way, I mean, that's maybe not even putting Harry Vardon in there.
Yeah, but Phil's won, what, 45 times? 6 majors, and he's the oldest major champion ever.
Yeah, but if
Andy was in the era of Tiger. So still to have that record in the era of Tiger.
Yeah, but who are you going to kick out? I mean, it's Jack, it's Jones, it's Hogan, it's Snead, it's Palmer, it's Saracen, it's Watson.
You're going to put Saracen ahead of Phil.
Saracen ahead of Phil? Why? Because
I mean, Saracen won the career Grand Slam, but Saracen didn't win a whole lot when Jones was around.
Well, they didn't have 42 golf tournaments.
Phil at least won his share while Tiger was playing.
They didn't have 42 golf tournaments, first of all, back then, and they barely had 4 major championships, and they had to get on a boat to go to play in the Open.
Where would you put Rory right now? Is he top 25, 20?
You know, at the end of his career, he could very easily have 8, 9 major championships. He's that kind of player. He's a student of history. He was blessed with preternatural talent, and he's improved it as he's gone along. And he's gotten better as time has gone along. He's playing the best golf of his life right now. So.
Yeah, and we're going to find out. I think this is going to be a good week to find out where he's at in his head. He's coming back to a golf course that he's had 4 successes on before. He's really comfortable here. He loves this golf course. The golf course is really kind of set up for him. In 2024, arguably the greatest golf he's ever played in his career, he played here in 2024, winning, according to the statistics. He was phenomenal. And then he got the pointy elbows out against Xander in the last round. And that was vintage Rory. One of the best performances I've ever seen from him was winning here last year. Now it's rained, absolutely bucketed down today. yesterday, and we're going to have a bit more rain the next 2 days. So a soft golf course is generally a golf course that suits him. So there's a lot of things in his favour. He's got the wind in his sails after completing the Grand Slam, and he's in a place in his career now. It's going to be interesting. This will be a little bit of a window as to what the future is going to hold for Rory, what he's going to do with all the odds in his favour, lots of confidence in the bank. What is he going to do this week? And that'll give us a little bit of an indication as to what to expect from Rory, not just the rest of this year, but going forward.
But he's also being spurred on by Scotty Scheffler to some extent. I mean, I think he looks at Scotty Scheffler and what he did last year, and he realizes he has never had a year where he's gone off and won 5, 6, 7 tournaments. So, you know, in spite of the fact that, you know, a lot of people are saying he may be sated, he may be somewhat complacent after such an emotional victory, I think he'll run through the tape. I think he'll go on and have 5, 6, 7 victories this year. That's how good he's playing. He didn't play well last week at all. I don't know what grade he'd give himself, but it looked B- all week long, and he still finished in the top 10.
Well, that's where the evolution of Rory's. We talked about that at the Masters, Brandel, where even at the TPC when he won, his B and C game, we haven't seen him do that before. Win when not quite on it, and again even at a Masters,
he didn't play his best there.
No, he was leading by 2 shots going into Sunday and shoot 73. Normally that doesn't get it done.
He made 4 double bogeys that week.
Yeah. And 2 on Sunday.
Yeah.
But the golfing got shone on him, and he probably needed that little bit of luck. Bryson playing with him shot 75 and didn't really raise a gallop. So he needed a little bit of luck. That nonetheless, everybody's had luck who's won big titles in their career, and I think that release valve of getting another major, more so than the Grand Slam or even the Masters, the release valve of having another major and 11 years of hurt of it not happening. I do expect him to kick on from here.
Well, odds are when you contend as much as Rory, and I think this was something he pointed out, was eventually it's going to fall your way. Law of averages says
if you keep putting yourself there, and that's what he talked about. Keep getting hurt, putting in a position where it's going to hurt, and that's what he did.
So Rory's in the media center tomorrow. He was not out here today. Again, that sort of familiarity with the golf course